Let's talk about a timeline where RDJ is still alive as Endgame never happened. Yes, in a timeline that we all saw but never really paid attention to, Tony Stark survives. And it's not just him. This alternate timeline is filled with Avengers in their prime. The Hulk is back in his rage-filled form, not the calm, smart Hulk. Captain America is still young. Thor is missing an eye and hasn't yet regained it. And surprisingly, Thanos never shows up. So if not Thanos, who is the big bad in this world? Let's dive into the multiverse. The Thanos we saw die in Endgame was not the main MCU Thanos. He was a variant. When 2014 Thanos discovered future Nebula's memories and learned about his own death, that moment branched the timeline. Thanos and his entire army vanished from that branch in 2014, creating a ripple effect that changed everything. Without him, both Infinity War and Endgame never happened in this timeline. But even before 2018, the consequences begin stacking up. Loki still attacks Earth in 2012, and the Avengers stop him, just like in the original timeline. Tony still suffers from PTSD after the Battle of New York. However, in the Guardians of the Galaxy storyline, things begin to shift. Without Gamora or Nebula, the Guardians' journey is drastically altered, although the first two films still take place in some form. Over on Earth, the story of Age of Ultron mostly remains the same, but with one key twist. Quicksilver survives, only getting shot in the leg. I'm saving his death for later. Civil War still takes place, but Quicksilver doesn't participate due to his injury. The Avengers still break apart, and events proceed normally up to Spider-Man Homecoming. T'Challa becomes King of Wakanda, and other heroes like Ant-Man, Black Widow, and Doctor Strange retain their original origins. Meanwhile, Thor and the Asgardians, including Hulk, Heimdall, Valkyrie, and Loki, return to Earth after Ragnarok. But this time, Thanos never intercepts their ship. Hulk remains fully aggressive. They settle in Tunsberg and build New Asgard. Thor, tired and soul-searching, appoints Loki as the new king, trusting that his brother is finally reformed. Thor then leaves on a solo journey, now wearing a black costume, still missing one eye, which he never recovers since Rocket isn't there to give him a replacement. While traveling alone, Thor begins hearing whispers of gods dying across the universe. Not just dying, they're being tortured and butchered. He heads to Nidavellir, where the Forge is still active, because Thanos never came to kill the dwarves. Thor gets a new Stormbreaker, this time with a metal handle, not Groot's arm.
Back on Earth, Ant-Man and the Wasp happens, but no one turns to dust. So Scott Lang never gets trapped in the quantum realm. In a post-credits, Scott gets a call from Luis, who has found something wild. When Scott arrives, Luis is holding the head of a destroyed Ultron bot. The moment he touches it, it comes to life and says, "Say hi to Tony. See you soon." From here begins the next epic saga, Avengers: Return of Ultron. Scott rushes to the Avengers compound where Iron Man, Hulk, Rhodey, and others are living. After hearing the news, Tony realizes Ultron is back and wastes no time. He isolates his nanotech suits and immediately calls Steve Rogers. Doctor Strange brings the remaining heroes to a secret underground facility. This becomes the new base for Iron Man, Captain America, Hulk, Spider-Man, Wanda, Quicksilver, Ant-Man, Strange, Hawkeye, and others. Suddenly, Ultron takes over. He begins hacking satellites, controlling communication networks, and hijacking defense systems. He unleashes nanobot swarms to enslave people by taking over their nervous systems, turning them into mind-controlled cyborgs. Those who resist, he kills them. This is no dusting. People are dying for real. Meanwhile, Thor tracks down the mysterious killer of gods, Gorr the God Butcher. But Gorr reaches New Asgard first and captures Loki, Heimdall, and Valkyrie. When Thor returns and learns what happened, he traces Gorr's location. He discovers a horrifying scene. Gods hanging upside down, some mutilated, others barely alive. Fueled by rage, Thor calls for Mjolnir, which awakens to him this time, not Jane. Thor and Gorr battle fiercely. In the climax, Gorr boasts that he tortured Heimdall before killing him. Thor uses Stormbreaker and Mjolnir together, crushing Gorr by embedding Mjolnir's fragments into his skull. He reaches eternity, but instead of making a selfish wish, Thor asks it to return the Necrosword from where it came. But unknown to him, the Necrosword reach a mysterious being, Knull. Back on Earth, tech-based heroes like Spider-Man, Falcon, and War Machine become useless due to Ultron's control over all systems. Power grids fail, communications break down, the Avengers realize they need Thor. Thankfully, he returns just in time, bringing Loki and Valkyrie with him. But even then, no one knows where Ultron is hiding. He only appears on screens. 2 months pass. Heroes go out in teams, saving cities, breaking bots, but Ultron keeps winning.
Wanda begins mastering chaos magic, destroying bots effortlessly, but the team knows they need upgrades and safety. So Strange opens a portal to Wakanda, the last untouched sanctuary. But Ultron attacks even Wakanda. An all-out war begins. Doctor Strange, Loki, and Wanda fight with magic. Thor fights with both weapons, even charging Iron Man's suit manually. Hulk smashes through waves of machines, but Wakandan warriors begin falling. Then Ultron unveils a terrifying device, a gamma reactor. Before Tony can warn anyone, it blasts Hulk, overloading him with gamma radiation. Hulk loses control and becomes more dangerous than ever. Amidst the chaos, Tony realizes something chilling. Ultron is inside Vision. He never left. He's been hiding deep within the synthetic mind, waiting. Vision is now Ultron. Everyone rushes to stop him, but Quicksilver gets there first, and Ultron kills him instantly. Wanda breaks down completely. Her brother is gone. The man she once loved, Vision, is now a monster. Doctor Strange says there's only one way. Wanda must use chaos magic at a global level, wiping out Ultron's presence from all technology. Wanda agrees. She walks up to Ultron Vision and unleashes her full power, sending chaos waves across the planet. Ultron is erased. But something unexpected happens. Some human's DNA mutates. The mutant gene awakens. This is how characters like Kamala Khan, aka Ms. Marvel, are born.
Meanwhile, Bruce Banner, realizing the danger he's become, leaves for Sakaar to live as the Hulk permanently. Wanda, emotionally shattered, moves to Westview, and her story follows the events of WandaVision, but with one key change. She never reads the Darkhold. Instead, she searches for Billy and Tommy within her own universe and actually finds them. Their souls had transferred into other bodies. Shang-Chi, Eternals, and Ms. Marvel still happen. In a post-credits scene from Ms. Marvel, a mysterious figure in the shadows says, "Kamala Khan, would you like to join the world's best superhero team?" She asks, "Who's asking?" The figure steps into the light, Peter Parker. There's just two of us for now, including you. We get a new version of Spider-Man Far From Home. With Tony still alive, he helps Peter deal with Mysterio, and this time, Peter bonds with Venom before the final battle. His identity isn't exposed. Peter tells Tony, "Sir, there are kids like me out there. I want to form a team. The Young Avengers." Tony says, "Do what you want, kid. I've got my own plan." Looking at the Venom symbiote, Tony creates the superior Iron Man armor, inspired by the symbiote, but with no alien biology. This is a synthetic symbiote, self-repairing, independent, intelligent. It becomes Iron Man's most dangerous creation ever. But before this timeline ends, the Young Avengers story begins. Each episode introduces a new hero: Billy, Tommy, Kate Bishop, Ironheart, Scar, and at the end of every episode, Peter Parker appears to recruit them. In the final episode, just as they all assemble, the ground shakes. A massive roar is heard. It's the Hulk. Turns out, the ship that took Hulk to Sakaar exploded. His wife died. Hulk has returned to Earth in his most furious form ever. The World War Hulk begins. As the Avengers and Young Avengers brace for battle, a strange glitch in reality occurs. They all teleport, scattered into unknown locations. They find themselves in the Battleworld, a fractured dimension created by none other than Dr. Doom. But how did Doom become this powerful? Where did it all begin? To find out, subscribe. And stay tuned for upcoming stories. Target for this video is 500 likes. See you soon with another multiversal story.